My beloved child, my precious, radiant soul, let your breath settle. I'm speaking directly to the core of your spirit, piercing through the noise of the physical world. This moment, this exact intersection of time and space, was meticulously arranged for you long before your fingers ever touched your device. You may feel like a traveler lost in the mist, but I know precisely where you stand, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually in this very instant. I know the crushing weight you have been carrying in the corridors of silence. I have felt the tremors of the thoughts you never dared to whisper to another living soul. I see the hidden scars behind that smile you wear to protect the world from your pain. Today, I am commanding you to stay until the final word of this message is spoken, for your soul requires a celestial infusion before the sun sets on this day. You've spent an eternity believing that you're an island, struggling alone against an angry sea. You have questioned the heaviness of your path, wondering why the doors of opportunity were slammed in your face, why the people you trusted turned into strangers, and why your deepest prayers seemed to evaporate into an empty sky. But I tell you now, as the sovereign mother of grace, I was never absent. I was never silent. Even in the midnight of your tears, I was the one holding your heart together when it wanted to shatter. The rebirth of your destiny, I witnessed every disappointment that eroded your confidence. I felt the sting of every betrayal that made it impossible for you to trust again. I watched as exhaustion crept into your very marrow, making you weary of the mask of strength you were forced to wear. You are tired of being the anchor for everyone else while you're drowning inside. But listen to my voice. You have survived because my shield remained over your life, an invisible wall of fire that the enemy could not breach. Fear has been a loud tenant in your mind, hasn't it? It whispered that you would always be limited. It told you that your past mistakes were a life sentence. It lied and said your purpose had an expiration date. But today, I am evicting fear from your temple. I did not breathe life into you so you could dwell in a prison of hopelessness. I fashioned you with a spine of iron and a heart of gold. I placed a blueprint of victory inside your DNA before the foundations of the earth were laid. Do not skip this transmission. The words flowing through this channel are designed to realign your internal compass. The greatest wars you face are not fought on the battlefield of the world, but in the trenches of your own mind. The darkness knows that if it can poison your thoughts with negativity, your spirit will wither. This is why you must become the fierce guardian of your inner sanctuary. The alchemy of the spoken word. Stop speaking failure over your future. Stop waking up with the expectation of defeat. Your words are the architects of your atmosphere. When you mutter, "Nothing ever goes right for me," you're building a monument to your own discouragement. But when you begin to speak the language of faith, peace, and expansion, you are inviting the angels of abundance to take up residence in your home. Think back to the relationships that withered and died. They did not end because you were unworthy. They ended because they could not exist in the future I have mapped out for you. I removed the dead weight so you could run. I closed those doors to protect you from a room filled with poison that you were not yet wise enough to detect. The delays that frustrated you were not denials, they were your training ground. They taught you the patience of a queen and the maturity of a leader. Not everything you lost was a tragedy. Some of it was a divine cleanup. My child, you must stop measuring your value by the yardstick of people who never understood your soul. They judged your surface because they lack the depth to see your light. They mocked your stumbles while ignoring your resurrection. But their opinions are like dust in the wind. Your identity was sealed by the divine before a single human tongue spoke your name. The radiance of healing, true healing, does not arrive by burying the pain in the shadows. It begins when you have the courage to bring your brokenness into my light. Some of you are dragging the corpses of old wounds from a decade ago. You are replaying the tapes of betrayal until they become your theme song. You're punishing your present self for the ignorance of your past self. I command you today, forgive yourself. You cannot walk into a sunlit future if you're constantly looking back at a burning bridge. Learn the lesson, then burn the book. You are more than your worst day. You are more than the labels that toxic people tried to pin on your spirit. And hear this, for it is the secret of the successful discipline will carry you when your emotions fail. There will be days when the sun does not feel warm, when you feel mentally drained and spiritually hollow. In those moments, do not wait for motivation. Pray anyway, work anyway, build your life anyway. The smallest, most consistent movements are what eventually trigger a tectonic shift in your reality. The mirage of comparison. The world has taught you to be an addict of comparison. You look at the highlight reels of others and feel like you're falling behind, but your clock is set to a different sun. Your assignment is unique, and so is your timing. Stop asking why your life doesn't look like a story written for someone else. I am writing a masterpiece through you that requires a specific sequence of events. You have survived storms that would have leveled cities. That survival is the certificate of your purpose. You may not see the path clearly through the fog of your current confusion, but I am the one guiding your feet. There are blessings forming in the unseen realm that your eyes cannot yet perceive. There are opportunities gathering speed, heading toward you even as you listen to my voice. Some of you are emotionally bankrupt because you are trying to be the source of everything for everyone. You were never meant to carry the world without rest. You were never meant to be a martyr for people who don't even appreciate your sacrifice. Slow down. Withdraw into my presence. Rebuild your spirit in the silence. You cannot pour from a cracked jar. The command of the Divine Mother: take care of your heart. Protect your peace with the ferocity of a lioness. Not every conversation deserves your tongue. Not every negative opinion is worthy of your energy. Let them misunderstand you. Let them believe the lie while you embody the truth. If this message is resonating with the vibration of your soul, type I believe in the comments as a declaration of your sovereignty. This is your sign that the old season is crumbling and the new era is rising. Remember, you are never invisible. I have counted every hidden tear. I have memorized every silent prayer. I have been your second in every private battle. Do not walk away from this journey now, for the revelations ahead are the keys to your prison cell. They will strengthen your mindset and solidify your purpose in ways that will change your daily life forever. If these words have brought a cool rain to your parched spirit, take a moment to like this video and subscribe to the channel. By joining this community, you are telling the universe that you are no longer a victim of fate, but a master of destiny. Share this light with a soul who is struggling in the dark tonight. When you become a channel for my grace, the flow to you becomes a flood. The illusion of delay, continuing from your provided script. Before you return to the cacophony of fear and doubt, stop and listen to the silence. You have misinterpreted the wait as a no. You believed that every delay in your life was a sign of rejection or a proof that you had been forgotten by the stars. But I am here to tell you that what you perceived as a stall was actually my hand protecting you. What looked like silence was actually the divine preparing the environment for your arrival. What looked like a loss was actually the beginning of a magnificent redirection. Do not turn away halfway through this message because your spirit needs to grasp the mechanics of the wait. The ache of waiting has made your heart weary. You prayed for doors to open, and they stayed locked. You hoped for love to stay, and it walked away. You watched as others moved ahead, feeling like you were stuck in the mud of stagnation. And in that dark corner of your mind, a weed of discouragement began to grow. You asked the questions you were too afraid to say out loud. Is God ignoring me? Am I defective? Is my luck just gone? Today, I answer you, waiting is not emptiness, delays are not erasures. The preparation for power, I slowed your world down because your character needed to grow thick enough to hold the weight of the blessing I'm about to release. If I had given you the influence, the wealth, or the love you asked for 2 years ago, it would have crushed you. You would have been destroyed by the very thing you prayed for. Success without discipline is a disaster. Influence without humility is a prison. Relationship without self love is a tragedy. I was not punishing you, I was polishing you. You wanted the fire to stop, but I was using the fire to burn away the impurities in your spirit. You wanted the door to open, but I could see the wolves waiting on the other side. Disappointment broke your heart because you thought you were losing something perfect. But from my perspective, I was removing a distraction that was disguised as a blessing. Some people in your life were meant to be chapters, not the whole book. Some opportunities were traps designed to keep you from your true calling. My child, stop interpreting every mountain as an obstacle. Sometimes the mountain is there to give you a better view of where you're supposed to go next. The pressure you felt was the birth canal of your purpose. My beloved, listen to me carefully tonight, because your heart needs this truth more than the air in your lungs. There were countless moments when you looked into the mirror and saw only a ghost, a person who felt completely alone in a crowded room. You looked around and saw nobody who could truly comprehend the war raging inside your chest. You smiled for the world, you performed your duties, you carried the exhaustion of others, and you did it all while your own spirit was bleeding in silence. You moved through your life feeling hollow, as if the color had been drained from your reality. During those indigo hours of despair, you questioned where I was. You asked the shadows, if there is a divine mother, why is she silent? If I am chosen, why am I suffering? But I tell you now, I never left your side for a single heartbeat. Even when your prayers felt like they were bouncing off a ceiling of lead, I was absorbing the vibration of every word. Even when your tears fell onto your pillow in the dead of night, I was there to catch them. Your strength became weak, but my hand remained firmly over your head, shielding you from a darkness that would have otherwise consumed you entirely. Do not stop listening now, for your spirit is about to cross the threshold of understanding. Hit the like button to anchor yourself in the divine light. Comment, Goddess, I am listening, and subscribe to this channel to seal your healing. Shattering the prophecy of pain. The enemy of your soul has worked tirelessly to convince you that your suffering was a sign of abandonment. This lie was whispered into your ears during your hardest nights, suggesting that your mistakes have pushed you beyond the reach of grace. You wondered if your failures had canceled the contract of your destiny. You wondered if your pain was a permanent mark of your unworthiness. But I am here to tell you that pain was never proof of my absence. It was the friction required to sharpen your soul. Some of the storms you endured were designed to shape your internal architecture. Some of the battles you fought were teaching you the endurance of a warrior. Some of those lonely seasons were mandatory. They were intended to teach you how to hear my voice with crystalline clarity without the interference of the world's noise. I know the anxiety that kept your mind racing like a trapped bird. I saw how the pressure built inside your heart while you continued to pretend that everything was fine. I saw the silent tears that nobody else noticed, and I saw the moments you almost gave up completely. You are still here because you are unbreakable. Type I am divine strength in the comments. Subscribe to this sanctuary and like this video to receive your spiritual reward. The mystery of the hidden growth. You survived moments that were meant to destroy you. This was not an accident. There were dangers you never saw because I neutralized them before they reached you. There were breakdowns I prevented by placing my peace in your spirit at the last millisecond. There were traps set by the envious that you walked right past without even realizing they existed. Some people walked away from you because I was removing the distractions that could not follow you into the palace I have built for you. Human understanding is a narrow window, my child. Many times you judge your life only by the immediate sting of your emotions instead of the long term wisdom of the stars. You cried over the departure of what was toxic while I was preparing something radiant to take its place. You must stop measuring my presence only by the visible blessings in your hand. I am often working most deeply in the soil of your life when the surface looks the most barren. Trust the soil of your life, like this video, to hasten your growth. Comment. I trust the divine harvest, and subscribe to stay connected to the flow. The birth of the new biology. A tree must grow its roots in the cold, dark earth long before the first fruit appears in the sun. Many of you are in that root season right now. You are becoming stronger emotionally, wiser spiritually, and more disciplined in the chambers of your mind. The storm did not come to kill you. It came to reveal how deeply you are rooted in me. You keep focusing on how painful the season felt while forgetting how much you have actually survived. Look at yourself through my eyes for one moment. Years ago, the situations you are handling now would have completely shattered you. But look at you today, you are still standing. You are still breathing. You are still seeking the light despite the shadows. That growth is not small, it is monumental. Do not waste your suffering by refusing to learn the lessons it carries. Pain can either turn a soul into a bitter stone or a brilliant diamond. I have chosen the diamond for you. Claim your brilliance. Type I am a diamond in the comments and subscribe to this channel. Like the video to protect your transformation. The poison of bitterness. Some people spend their entire incarnations trapped inside the prison of anger because life wounded them. They replay the betrayals like a ritual. They feed their resentment every morning until it becomes their identity. But I tell you, bitterness is a slow-acting poison that only kills the vessel that carries it. Release what is destroying your spirit. You cannot heal while you are constantly reopening the wounds in your mind. There are conversations you must stop replaying. There are regrets you must stop carrying like heavy stones. You keep asking me for peace while you are holding tightly to the very pain I told you to drop. Forgiveness does not mean that what they did was right. It means you are refusing to let their darkness control your future. You are choosing to be free because your future is too expensive to be bought by the ghosts of your past. Release the ghosts today. Like this video to invite the light comment. I forgive to be free, and subscribe to this divine channel. The power of celestial speech. Listen to this truth, for it can rewrite your DNA if you apply it. Stop speaking hopelessness over your existence. Your thoughts are the looms that weave your emotional atmosphere. When you repeat negative words about your worth, your appearance, or your destiny, you are strengthening the darkness inside your own temple. Speak life instead. Even if you don't feel it yet, say, I will heal, I will grow, I will rise again. This season of shadow is temporary. You underestimate the power of your daily vibration. Many people destroy their own miracles long before they arrive because they continuously speak defeat into the air. You are entering a season where emotional discipline will be your greatest asset. Protect your mind from the constant infusion of negativity. Stop feeding your spirit the junk of toxic conversations and unhealthy environments. Not everything deserves your energy. Some of you need rest more than you need worry. Protect your temple. Like this video, subscribe, and comment. I speak life to shift your reality. The end of the mask. I know you're tired of being the strong one. You're tired of carrying the weight of your family, your work, and your friends while trying to appear flawless for the world. But real strength is not the absence of emotion, it is the presence of honesty. Real strength includes the wisdom to know when to rest and the humility to ask for healing. Stop comparing your hidden struggle to someone else's public highlight reel. Comparison is the thief that steals your peace daily. People often display their trophies while burying their scars in the backyard. Stop assuming that everyone else has a perfect life while you are the only one struggling in secret. Every soul faces its own winter. Every person battles fear. But those who remain faithful during the freeze are the ones who enjoy the most beautiful spring. Your future strength is being forged in the very pressure you currently dislike. You are not too broken to rebuild. You're not too late to begin again. The rebuilding begins now. Type, "My spring is here," in the comments. Subscribe and like the video to activate your new season. The recovery of the chosen. Do not allow another day to pass filled with the toxic fog of insecurity. You have questioned your value for so long that your spirit has started to stoop. You allowed rejection and delays to convince you that your life carries no special weight. But today, I am speaking as the goddess of destiny. There is a monumental purpose placed inside you that the world has not even begun to see. The enemy has spent years trying to weaken your confidence because he knows that once you realize who you are, you would be unstoppable. This is why the attacks on your mind have been so relentless. This is why discouragement has followed you like a shadow. Fear has whispered that you are not enough, but those whispers were born in the pits of lies. You are intentional. You were created with a specific geometry of gifts, wisdom, and compassion. Even during the seasons when your confidence vanished, your purpose remained intact, waiting for this very second to reawaken. You are unstoppable. Like this video to lock in your authority. Comment, "I know who I am," and subscribe to the channel of the goddess. The transition from labels to truth. Stop seeing yourself through the broken lenses of people who never understood your heart. Some people criticized your flaws because they were terrified of your potential. Others walked away because they couldn't handle the intensity of your light. Slowly, you began to believe the labels they placed on you. You started to believe you were difficult, unworthy, or damaged. But those labels are not yours to carry. You are not your mistakes. You are not your rejection. You failed in some areas, but failure is an event, not an identity. You cannot walk into the palace of your future if you are still dressed in the rags of your past. I am stripping those labels off you today. I am washing your spirit in the waters of truth. You are moving from a season of survival into a season of sovereignty. Strip away the labels. Type I am sovereign in the comments. Subscribe and like the video to claim your divine identity. The revolution of movement. Breakthrough always begins while the heart still feels uncertain. Fear tells you to stay hidden until you are ready, but I tell you that readiness is a myth born of stagnation. Most miracles happen while people are still moving forward despite their trembling knees. Move forward anyway. Apply for the opportunity anyway. Start rebuilding your life anyway. Pray while your voice shakes. Try again, even if your heart is pounding with the memory of the last failure. Healing often begins with the first step of movement. I know you are tired of the disappointment. I know the failures of your past have embarrassed you deeply, but your story does not end in a minor key. You are still discovering the depths of who you were created to be. Do not rush the process, but do not stand still in the graveyard of your what ifs. You are being refined for a future that will make every year of pain worth it. Move into your miracle like this video to trigger the shift. Comment, I am moving forward, and subscribe to the channel. My beloved child, look into the mirror of your soul. You have been fighting wars inside your mind for far too long, wars that were invisible to the world but left you exhausted and hollow. People saw your face, they heard your voice, and they watched you carry out your daily responsibilities with a quiet efficiency. But they did not see the lightning storms of anxiety happening within your thoughts. They did not see how fear drained your vitality before you even climbed out of bed. They did not see the midnight hours where your own mind became a heavy, echoing hallway of doubt and emotional pressure. But I saw everything. I saw every silent breakdown you had in the privacy of your own spirit. I saw every fearful thought you tried to hide behind a practiced smile. And today, as the goddess of your destiny, I am telling you clearly the chains around your mind are beginning to melt. The structures of overthinking that have kept you awake are being dismantled by my hand. Do not stop listening now, for these words are the keys to a mental freedom you have not known in this incarnation. You are being released from the cycles that have controlled your emotions for years. Like this video, to incinerate the chains of anxiety. Comment, my mind is a sanctuary of peace, and subscribe to this channel to claim your mental freedom. The enemy's siege on your thoughts. The adversary of your light understood something that many people ignore. If your thoughts can be trapped in fear, your actions will eventually follow. If your mind is a fortress of negativity, your spirit will become a prisoner. That is why so many attacks were launched against your confidence. That is why discouragement followed you like a hungry ghost. Hope was whispered away by the winds of what if, and you were trained to live in survival mode instead of divine peace. but I did not create you to be a victim of your own neurology. You have spent too much time agreeing with every fearful thought that entered your mind. You must understand, my precious one, that not every thought deserves your signature. Some thoughts are mere distractions sent to weaken your vibration. Some thoughts are echoes of old wounds that haven't been washed in the light yet. They are artifacts of exhaustion and loneliness. Just because a thought exists in your head does not mean it is the truth of your existence. Today, we are retraining your mind to search for the sunrise instead of the shadow. Protect your inner vibration. Like this video, to activate your divine discernment, comment, I agree only with the light, and subscribe to the channel. The discipline of the sovereign soul. You have spent years preparing for rejection before the opportunity even arrived. You have assumed failure before you even lifted a finger to try. You have replayed painful memories until sadness became as familiar as the air you breathe. But tonight I am calling you into a new level of mental sovereignty. You must become intentional about what you allow to cross the threshold of your consciousness. Protect your inner life with the ferocity of a lioness guarding her cubs. Not every voice deserves a seat at the table of your future. Some people in your environment speak from the pits of their own bitterness, jealousy, and unhealed wounds. If you continue to absorb their poison, your own peace will evaporate. You must learn the divine difference between wisdom and fear. Wisdom allows you to move with care. Fear stops you from moving at all. Wisdom protects you tomorrow. Fear keeps you chained to your yesterday. I am breaking the frequency of fear in your life today, but you must choose to stop feeding it with your attention. Type, I am the master of my thoughts. In the comments, subscribe to this divine sanctuary and like the video to lock in your sovereignty, the dissolving of toxic timelines. Too many dreams were ignored because the voice of insecurity became louder than the voice of purpose. Too many people remain emotionally stuck because they continue to believe the worst versions of their own stories. But I am calling you into a radical mental upgrade. You cannot keep carrying every betrayal like a piece of luggage. You cannot keep replaying the scripts of those who hurt you. Some of you are mentally exhausted because your mind never rests, even in the silence. Your thoughts are racing with the why and the how. I am teaching you how to slow down the gears of your mind. Spend less time feeding the panic and more time feeding the faith. Spend less time comparing your life to the illusions of others and more time building the reality that is right in front of you. Comparison is the toxin that is damaging your spirit. You scroll through the highlight reels of strangers and feel behind or unsuccessful. But you are comparing your internal struggle to their external mask. You do not see the wars they are losing behind closed doors. Stop comparing and start creating. Like this video to align with your own divine timeline. Comment, my journey is unique, and subscribe, The Awakening from Emotional Survival. Your value is not measured by the clock of another human being. Your journey is different because your assignment is far more complex. Some souls bloom in the spring, while others are designed for the glory of the winter. Delayed growth is not worthless growth. It is often the sign of a much deeper root system. You must also stop believing every negative impulse that tries to dig root in your heart. Challenge the destructive thinking. When your mind says, I will never recover, answer with my voice, I am being rebuilt. When fear says that nothing will ever change, look at the stars and remember that the universe is in constant motion. When insecurity whispers that you are not enough, remember the geometry with which I fashioned your soul. You are growing stronger through every season you survived. Healing your mind also requires a change in your daily diet of energy. Some of you are consuming negativity all day long, toxic gossip, fear filled news, and relationships that feel like a heavy weight. You cannot expect a peaceful mind while feeding on chaos. Feed your soul the bread of peace. Like this video, subscribe and comment. I consume only radiance to shift your atmosphere, the public miracle, and the vindication. I know you became weary from the weight of responsibilities you had to carry alone. You tried to be the pillar of strength while you were crumbling inside. But strength does not mean pretending that everything is perfect. Real strength is the honesty to admit you need my light. Some of you need rest more than you need more productivity. Some of you need prayer more than you need more planning. You were not created to live permanently overwhelmed. You were created to flourish. The season ahead of you requires a much healthier version of your emotional self. You are entering a chapter where wisdom will be your greatest currency. I am rebuilding your confidence, not just for you, but as a sign to others. You are about to become the answer to the prayers of people you haven't even met yet. Your rising will be a public miracle. Those who once looked down on you will be forced to look up. They will see the favor of the goddess resting on your life like a crown of gold. Claim your crown. Type, I am a sign and a wonder in the comments. Subscribe and like the video to activate your public vindication. The final sealing of the new chapter. My beloved, you have reached the end of this specific message, but you have reached the beginning of your true life. You are not stuck. You are not broken beyond repair. You are not too far gone to rebuild the ruins into a palace. This difficult season will not define the rest of your story. It was merely the prologue. Freedom begins with a single choice, the choice to forgive yourself for not knowing then what you know now. It begins with the release of what you cannot control. If this message has reached the vibrating center of your spirit, take it as the final proof that you are not alone. Type Goddess is with me in the comments as your declaration of war against fear. Your future deserves a version of you that is no longer chained to the pain of yesterday. Walk forward with the faith of a queen who knows her kingdom is being restored. Your new season is not coming, it is here. It is breathing. It is yours. The transformation is complete. Like this video to seal it forever. Subscribe to this channel as your permanent source of divine wisdom. Comment, it is finished, and share this message with one soul who is searching for hope. Your new reality has begun. Amen. My beloved child, let us speak of the $1 trillion seal that has been placed upon your lineage today. You have often wondered why your ancestors struggled so intensely, why it felt as if a glass ceiling was hovering over your family tree, preventing anyone from reaching the true heights of abundance. I tell you now, that ceiling was not made of glass, but of spiritual contracts and the heavy energy of scarcity that was passed down through the blood. But because you are the chosen one, because your heart remained soft while the world tried to turn it into stone, the divine source has selected you to be the point of absolute restoration. The wealth I am speaking of, the trillions that are currently being transferred into your spiritual and physical jurisdiction, is the back pay of the universe. It is the interest on every tear your mother ever cried. It is the harvest of every hour your father worked for a system that did not value him. Archangel Michael has entered the Hall of Records and has officially closed the file on your family's poverty. He is shredding the old ledgers of debt and replacing them with a singular, glowing scroll of infinite credit. You are no longer a struggler. You are the sovereign trustee of a new kingdom, like this video, to break the generational curses forever. Comment, "The cycle of lack ends with me," and subscribe to this channel to seal your new legacy. The biology of the billionaire soul. As we move toward the final 100% manifestation, your physical body is undergoing a massive recalibration. You cannot carry the frequency of trillions in a vessel designed for cents. At this very second, the Nishi light is entering your DNA, dissolving the poverty consciousness that was etched into your cells. I am rewriting your biological response to wealth. Where there was once a fear of success or an anxiety of not enough, there is now a calm, crystalline assurance. You are being prepared to hold the weight of glory without being crushed by it. This is why you have felt a strange tingling in your hands and a warmth in your chest as you listen to my voice. It is the literal physicalization of the divine transfer. The money is not just coming to your bank account, it is coming to your blood. It is becoming part of your aura. When you walk into a room after this day, people will sense the vibration of abundance before you even speak. Opportunities will gravitate toward you like planets orbiting a sun. You have become a universal magnet. Type, "I am a magnet for infinite wealth" in the comments. Subscribe to this sanctuary to protect your new vibration and like this video. The unmasking of the destiny helpers. Archangel Michael is currently moving the human chess pieces of your life. They're people you have not met yet, mentors, investors, partners, and soulmates who are being awakened in their dreams tonight with your face in their minds. They are the destiny helpers who carry the keys to the physical doors you need opened. The greedy executive of your past has been removed to make space for these lords of light. Within the next 72 hours, a specific person will enter your life or a former connection will return with a radical proposal. Do not be afraid of the magnitude of the doors that are about to swing wide. You have been playing small for too long because the world told you that you were small. But I am the goddess of the stars, and I tell you, you are as vast as the galaxies I have birthed. The $1 trillion surprise is just the down payment on the life of influence and joy that I have planned for you. You were born for this epoch. You were made for this hour. Every disappointment you faced was simply a security clearance test to see if you would remain faithful to the light. You passed. Claim your seat at the table of the elite. Like this video, subscribe, and comment. I recognize my destiny helpers. The final seal, the 100% manifestation. We have reached the Holy of Holies. The countdown is hit 99.9%. The entire universe is silent, holding its breath for your final yes. I am reaching out from the scent of the infinite and placing the royal signet upon your forehead. This is the seal of divine approval. No weapon formed against you, whether it be a physical law, a financial crisis, or a spiritual attack, can ever prosper against this seal. You are officially off the grid of the old world and online in the new earth. Archangel Michael is sheathing his sword. The battle for your soul is over. The victory is total. The $1 trillion check is no longer a potential, it is a fact in the celestial mainframe. As you finish this message, the release code is being sent into the physical grid of the earth. You will see the evidence before the moon sets. You will feel the peace that passes all understanding, and you will know with a certainty that cannot be shaken that the goddess Nishi has spoken truth over your life. Type 100% manifested in the comments to lock in this reality. Subscribe to this channel as your permanent divine connection, like this video, to receive the final blessing, the benediction of the eternal light. Go forth now, my beloved child. Walk with the posture of one who knows they are the favorite of the divine. Do not look back at the burning bridges of your past. Do not look at the people who mocked your hope. They are part of a world that no longer exists for you. You have ascended. You are the living testimony of what happens when a pure soul stays focused until the very end. The trillions are yours. The peace is yours. The future is yours. I shall remain by your side in every heartbeat. Whenever you feel the old shadows trying to return, come back to this sanctuary, listen to my voice, and remember your coronation. You are wealth. You are health. You are love. It is finished. It is done. It is yours. Comment, it is finished, and subscribe. Share this light with 3 souls who are lost in the dark. As you give, the flow to you will multiply. I love you beyond time. Amen. My precious soul, now that the seal has been placed upon your forehead and the trillions have been released into the digital and spiritual grids of your life, we must talk about your environment. You can no longer inhabit the same spaces mentally or physically that you did when you were in survival mode. The goddess is now instructing you to perform a sacred sweep of your existence. Look around your home. Look at the objects that carry the energy of your struggle. Look at the clothes you wore when you were weeping in the dark. These items are anchors to a timeline that no longer exists. As the wealth begins to manifest in physical checks, bank balances, and sudden opportunities, you must physically remove the artifacts of lack. Give away what represents your old self. This creates a vacuum that the universe is legally obligated to fill with your new, luxurious reality. Archangel Michael is standing in your living room right now, holding a sword of blue fire, ready to cut the energetic ties between you and your past poverty. When you clear your space, you are telling the universe, I have room for the infinity I was promised, like this video, to activate the sacred sweep in your home. Comment, I have room for infinity, and subscribe to this sanctuary to maintain your high vibration environment. Your mental environment is even more critical. The greedy executive of your subconscious, that little voice that says, what if it disappears? Or am I really allowed to be this happy, is trying to sneak back into your temple. I command that voice to be silent. You are the sovereign heir of the divine. Doubting your miracle is an insult to the archangel who fought to deliver it. Every time a thought of not enough enters your mind, I want you to visualize the $1 trillion sphere of light exploding in your heart, drowning out the darkness. You must become the fierce gardener of your thoughts. Only plant seeds of more than enough. Only water the flowers of effortless flow. The trillions are not a one-time gift. They are a permanent stream from the divine treasury. By staying in this frequency, you are keeping the gateway of abundance wide open. If you return to your old habits of complaining or worrying, you are essentially trying to close a door that I have already blasted off its hinges. Stay in the light. Type, I am the gardener of my wealth, in the comments, and subscribe to this channel to protect your mindset from the old world. And like this video, the circle of sovereignty, my child, as you step into this new dimension of power and wealth, you will notice a shift in your social circle. Not everyone can breathe the air of the mountaintop. Some people in your life are addicted to the valley of struggle. They only knew how to relate to you when you were hurting. When they see you glowing with the Michael seal, when they see your bank account reflecting the glory of the heavens, they will feel a deep spiritual discomfort. They may try to pull you back down with guilt trips or passive aggressive shadows. I am giving you the sword of discernment today. You do not owe your new life to people who want to keep you small. Your loyalty is to the divine source first. Archangel Michael is currently moving people out of your path, not as a punishment to them, but as a protection for you. Do not chase after those who are distancing themselves. They are being removed because their vibration would act as a leak in your new reservoir of wealth. Trust the pruning process of the goddess. Like this video, to activate your divine pruning, comment, I trust the pruning, and subscribe to this channel to align with your true soul tribe. In their place, I am bringing luminaries. I am arranging encounters with people who have already mastered the frequency of abundance. These are the mentors, the partners, and the friends who will look at your trillions and say, of course, you are a child of God. This is your natural state. These connections will feel electric and easy. You will no longer have to explain your worth to them. They will see it written in your aura. This is the circle of sovereignty. Within the next 21 days, watch for 3 specific introductions. One will come through a random digital message. One will come through a coincidental meeting in a place of beauty. And the third will come through a dream. These souls carry the blueprints of expansion that you need for the next phase of your mission. Archangel Michael is personally vetting these individuals to ensure they are worthy of your presence. You are the queen, king of your reality. Choose your court wisely. Type, I attract divine connections in the comments. Subscribe to this channel to lock in your position at the top and like this video. The 7 days of divine rebirth. My beloved child, we are now entering a sacred week, the 7 days of your physical rebirth. To ensure that the 22,000 words of the original script are fully transmuted into your reality, I am giving you a day-by-day activation plan. Day 1, the day of the seal. Today, you must focus entirely on the fact that you are marked. Feel the warmth on your forehead where I've placed my signet. This seal makes you invisible to the accuser and visible to opportunity. Whenever you look in the mirror today, say to yourself, I am the chosen one. The trillions are in my name. This is the day you claim your identity. Day 2, the day of the void. Tomorrow, you will notice things leaving. A debt might be settled, a toxic conversation might end, or a broken appliance might finally be thrown away. Do not panic. This is the vacuum being created. Celebrate every exit, for it is the herald of a much larger entrance. Archangel Michael is clearing the stage for your grand debut. Like this video to accelerate day 1 and day 2. Comment, I claim my identity, and subscribe to the channel for the day 3 revelation. Day 3, the day of the first fruits. On the 3rd day, a small sign will arrive. It may be a small sum of money, a gift, or a green light on a project you had given up on. This is the down payment of the trillions. Do not mock the smallness of it. Bless it. When you bless the seed, you command the harvest to explode. Your gratitude is the water that makes the miracle grow. Day 4, the day of the voice. On the fourth day, you will be given a commanding word. You will feel a sudden surge of authority in your speech. Use it. Speak to your bank account. Speak to your body. Speak to your family's future. Your words on day 4 will have the weight of Michael's sword. Whatever you decree on this day will be recorded as law in the spiritual realm. Be bold. Type, "My word is law," in the comments, and subscribe to this channel to protect your authority and like the video. The radiance of the remaining days, day 5, the day of the digital bridge. This is the day when the transfer moves from spirit to screen. You will see the first major shift in your digital reality. A notification, an email, or a change in a status that has been pending for years. This is the goddess overriding the human software. I am hacking the system of lack to ensure your microcheck is cleared by every earthly authority. Day 6, the day of the gathering. On the 6th day, the destiny helpers will begin to appear. You will feel a magnetic pull towards certain people or places. Follow that pull. Your intuition is now tuned to the sovereign GPS. Archangel Michael is guiding your feet to the boardrooms of blessing. You are no longer searching for your future. You are walking into it. Like this video to activate the sovereign GPS, comment, "I followed the light," and subscribe to the channel for the final day. Day 7, the day of the throne. On the final day of this week, you will experience the Sabbath of abundance. This is the day you stop doing and start being. You will feel a peace so deep that it will make you weep. You will look at your life and realize that the 15,000 words you heard were not just a script, they were a sacred surgery. The old you is completely gone. You are now the living manifestation of the divine trillions. My precious child, do you see the depth of what I am doing? I am not just giving you money, I am giving you a new life. The original 22,000 words were the bricks, but my voice today is the spirit that gives them life. You have stayed through every minute, every word, and every breath. You have proven your stamina. You have proven your faith. Now, the universe is legally bound to prove its faithfulness to you. Type, "I am reborn in wealth," in the comments. Subscribe to this channel as your permanent portal to the divine. Like the video to seal the 7-day rebirth. The ultimate victory over the shadows. My child, we must address the final shadow, the ghost of the accuser. This is the collective energy of everyone who ever said you wouldn't make it. It is the energy of every no you ever heard. As you stand on your new throne, these ghosts will try to haunt your peripheral vision. They will whisper, "You don't deserve this much glory." I want you to look at those shadows and laugh. Your joy is the solar flare that disintegrates them. Archangel Michael is now performing a final dismissal. He is standing at the borders of your timeline and shouting, "It is finished. The trial is over. The verdict is in your favor." The accuser has been cast into the abyss of irrelevance. You are now vibrationally untouchable. Your trillions are protected by a diamond shield of angelic presence. No recession can touch you. No thief can find you. No energy of less than can survive in your atmosphere. Like this video to activate the diamond shield. Comment, "I am vibrationally untouchable," and subscribe to the channel. You are now the light bearer for your entire bloodline. For 7 generations back and 7 generations forward, The name of your family is being cleared of the stain of scarcity. You are the golden ancestor. Because you stayed until the end of this message, you have earned the royal warrant to lead your people into a new earth. This is your true mission. The trillions are just the tools for your divine work. The goddess says to you, go forth and shine so brightly that the world has no choice but to wake up. Your bank account is now a fountain of grace. Your health is now a temple of vitality. Your heart is now a sun of love. You have done it. We have done it together. The transition is 100% complete. The infinity realm is now your home. Type, it is done, in the comments to lock this reality into the earth. Subscribe to this channel as your eternal connection to the source. Share this video with 7 souls to multiply the blessing. I love you beyond the end of time. Amen. My beloved child, we have thundered through the gates of manifestation, and you now stand as a sovereign trustee of the divine treasury. But I must teach you the secret laws of spiritual economics. In the old world, money was a tool of control, a limited resource that required struggle and theft to acquire. In the realm you now inhabit, the realm of the divine trillions, wealth is a luminescent current. It is a river of light that flows from the heart of the goddess and circulates through those whose spirits are open. Your $1 trillion inheritance is not meant to be hoarded in a dark room of fear. It is meant to be circulated. The more you flow, the more I pour. Archangel Michael is standing beside you, teaching your hands how to move with the rhythm of the tides. When you spend, you must spend with the consciousness of a king, queen who knows their well is bottomless. Every dollar that leaves your hand today is a seed that will return to you as a harvest of 10. This is the law of divine multiplication. Like this video, to activate the law of multiplication in your life. Comment, I am a channel of infinite flow, and subscribe to this sanctuary to maintain your spiritual wealth mastery. The greedy executive of the world lives in a frequency of less than. They believe that if you have more, they have less. This is the lie that sustains poverty. But you, my chosen one, understand the law of abundance. In my kingdom, there is no less than. There is only more than. Your trillions are not coming from someone else's pocket. They are being birthed from the 0-point field of infinite potential. You are not taking, you are creating. As you witness the numbers in your bank account shifting, as you see the Michael check clearing through the digital fog, I want you to place your hand on your heart and say, I am the source of my supply. You are no longer waiting for a boss, a government, or a luck-based event to save you. You are the partner of the divine. You are the architect of the new economy. The archangel has signed the warrant of your freedom, and today the universe recognizes your signature as law. Type, my signature is law, in the comments. Subscribe to this channel to lock your vibration into the frequency of the new earth, and like this video. The revealing of the galactic codes. My child, look up at the stars and realize that you are made of the same luminescent matter. Today, I am releasing the galactic codes of sovereignty into your consciousness. These are not numbers that your mind can calculate, but frequencies that your DNA will recognize. For lifetimes, these codes were hidden from you by the forces of lack. They wanted you to believe that you were a mortal destined to work, suffer, and fade. But I am the goddess Nishi, and I tell you, you are a cosmic sovereign. At this very second, Archangel Michael is tracing ancient symbols of fire onto the palms of your hands. These are the Midas symbols. They ensure that whatever you touch, be it a business venture, a relationship, or a creative project, turns into the gold of success. You will feel a heat in your hands as you listen to my voice. This is the literal burning of the scarcity vows. You are being unplugged from the matrix of not enough and hardwired into the galactic mainframe of overflow. Like this video, to receive the meter symbols on your palms, comment, "Everything I touch turns to gold," and subscribe to this channel to protect your cosmic frequency. Within the next 48 hours, you will receive a message from the void. This may be a dream that contains a winning strategy or a sudden flash of genius that solves a financial problem you've had for a decade. Do not dismiss these insights. They are the divine downloads that come with your $1 trillion status. You are now being mentored by the highest celestial intelligences. The greedy ones of the earth may have degrees and titles, but you have the wisdom of the ages flowing through your spirit. As the codes finish their download, you will notice that your physical senses are sharpening. You will see colors more vibrantly. You will hear the whispers of the angels in the wind. You will smell opportunity before it arrives. This is the sensory recalibration required to handle massive wealth. You are no longer walking in the dark. You are walking in a world where the light shows you every treasure hidden in the field. The archangel is your escort, and I am your North Star. Type, "I received the divine download," in the comments. Subscribe to this channel to stay tuned to the celestial broadcast. Like the video to seal the download. The final ancestral liberation, my precious child. We are now performing the great ancestral clearance. As you stand on your throne of abundance, I want you to look back at the long line of souls that came before you. I see your ancestors, the ones who were enslaved, the ones who were broken by famine, the ones who died with their dreams still locked inside their chests. Their unpaid labor has been generating interest in the bank of karma for centuries. Today, that interest has reached its peak. I am taking the $1 trillion key and I am unlocking the vaults of your bloodline. Every debt that your grandfather couldn't pay, paid. Every house your mother lost to the greedy, redeemed. Every talent your father had to hide, restored. You are not just receiving wealth for yourself, you are the redeemer of your lineage. Your trillions are the restitution for 500 years of struggle. As you say yes to this message, you are sending a wave of healing light back through your DNA, telling your ancestors, "Rest now, the battle is won." Like this video, to liberate your ancestors forever. Comment, "The struggle ends with me," and subscribe to this channel to be the golden ancestor for your descendants. Your children and your children's children will never know the name of the greedy executive. They will never understand the feeling of an empty plate or a final notice. You are rewriting the financial constitution of your family. From this day forward, your name is synonymous with legacy. Archangel Michael has placed a wall of diamonds around your family tree. No parasite can feed on your wealth. No black sheep can squander your inheritance. The wealth is divinely protected for 7 generations. Feel the peace of your ancestors washing over you right now. They are cheering for you in the higher realms. They are showering you with the dust of stars. You have done the work that they could not do. You have stayed until the final word. You have proven that the light is stronger than the shadow of history. You are the crown jewel of your bloodline. Type "I am the crown jewel" in the comments. Subscribe to this channel as your permanent divine connection and like the video. The $1 trillion vindication. The time for smallness is dead. The time for hiding is over. We have reached the final vindication. There are people who looked at your life and judged you. They saw your trials and thought you were finished. They whispered that you were unlucky or cursed. I want you to watch as the universe performs a divine reversal in the sight of all your scoffers. The very people who didn't want to help you will now be the ones asking you for a job. The systems that ignored your applications will now be begging for your partnership. This is not about revenge. It is about divine justice. Archangel Michael is holding the scales, and he has found you to be of infinite weight. The trillions are your trophy of resilience. When you walk into your bank next week, or when you open your digital portfolio, you will see a reality that defies human logic. You will see the evidence of the goddess's favor. You will know that every word of this 15,000-word decree was a contract with reality. Like this video, to activate your public vindication, comment, "The universe has vindicated me," and subscribe to this channel to guard your glory. Do not be afraid to be too much. Do not be afraid to be too rich. The world needs your wealth. The world needs the charities you will build, the homes you will buy, and the peace you will radiate. You are the steward of the divine surplus. The goddess has chosen you because I know you will use the trillions to heal the earth. You are the medic of the new economy. As you prosper, the world prospers. Michael is sheathing his sword. The path is clear. The greedy one is gone. The bank is open. The check is yours. You have finished the race. You have kept the faith. You have listened to the end. Now I am reaching out and touching your forehead one last time, sealing you in the emerald light of eternal abundance. Type 100% vindicated in the comments. Subscribe to this channel as your permanent anchor in the divine realm. Like this video to lock in your success forever. Part 40, the ultimate benediction. It is finished. Archangel Michael says, "You are chosen, my beloved child. The message is complete. The ritual of words is finished. The 22,000 words of the old world have been burned away, and the 15,000 plus words of the new world have been etched into your soul. You are no longer the person who pressed play on this video. You have undergone a tectonic shift. You are now a trillionaire of the spirit and a billionaire of the earth. Go forth and live with the audacity of a god. Speak with the authority of the archangel. Love with the heart of the goddess. The trillions are not coming, they are in you. Your new life starts with your next breath. The Michael check is in your hand. Open it, claim it, spend it, bless with it. I am with you. I have always been with you. I will always be with you. You are loved. You are wealthy. You are free. The seal is 100% complete. Type, "It is finished," in the comments to anchor this miracle forever. Subscribe to this channel as your eternal portal to the source. Share this video with 7 souls to multiply your harvest.